All right, Shalom, Israel, giving all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakah Kadash, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, double honors to the apostle, elder bishops, great millstone, one salutation to the brothers teaching word, for the hopeful elect, soon to be the elect, most high will, to the hopeful extended elect, Shalom, blessings. This is a fairly quick video, basically, we know those scriptures, most high reveals his secrets to his servants, prophets. I think it's Amos 3 and 7. And this is the deep rabbit hole of the matrix. It's more going on than people can imagine, and this whole thing is by design. Everything that's set up since your birth, and they depict it in these movies, such as Truman Show and Matrix, and I think the what is that called? Not The Wave, the other movie, The Giver. And a lot of more. And I'm gonna read this scripture right quick. It says Job 11. Verse, I'll start at 4. For thou hast said, my doctrine is pure, and I am clean in thine eyes. But oh, that the Most High would speak and open his lips against thee. And he talked about his servants, the prophets. It tells you that in Luke 1:68, well, through 7, through 70, I think it is. But within those texts, it tells you that he speak by the mouth of his holy prophets. It says, and that he would show thee the secrets of wisdom, that they are double to that which is. See? So that's why we tell you, most of these scriptures got a double meaning. And it tells you, Most High tells you that in scriptures, he said one thing against the other. He made two, and just like the balances of balance of man and woman, we're not equal as far as man being over woman, but that's a balance of nature, of how we were created, to balance each other out, because it also says in the scripture that a woman should have power on her head too. But there's different powers and different levels involved in this. But, we're decoding this matrix, Matrix means womb, rakam, and, coming out of the womb of our mothers, we've fell upon the earth, like it says in the Apocrypha. That's what it's supposed to be. That's how you're supposed to have a child. It's not supposed to be in this hospital and done with needles. So we know that's a lie. This whole place is a lie. But you see Dorothy, which is, Alice. This thing called Alice in Wonderland syndrome, and I've done videos about this. That's supposed to be Alice, and Alice is really representative of Israel. Spoken as a woman, the bride of the Most High, and, the elect being the core of that representation, and the only representation really on this side. But you see, she has a key in her hand, So basically, about to unlock, and I'm going to do more Matrix videos because that's one of my favorite subjects. And I do have a thing, subject caption called Operation Matrix, which I talk about a lot of technology that and digital, anything digital, DARPA, anything futuristic, anything that has to do with MOTB. So You know, every now I do that. Every now and then I'll do that. But she got a key in her hand, meaning, you know, about to unlock the codes. And that's the codes. Once you have the key to unlock these codes, you basically, breaking down everything. And that's what the prophets are doing, starting with GMS, Apostle, Elder Bishops on down. It says, and that he would show thee the secrets of wisdom, that they are double to that which is. Know therefore that the Most High exacted of thee less than thine iniquity deserveth. So even us, we deserve death. We deserve, we don't deserve what the Most High has given us, these blessings, these keys to life, these keys, So Most High is a merciful. That's where that mercy come in. And he's very just, very powerful and merciful. So we would have been done away with. He even gave us a sacrifice, his only begotten son, to throw out a lifeline for us, to reconcile and build a relationship with him again. So it tells you about the secret counsel of the wicked. It tells you about their heart is deep, every one of them. And, me and the brother was talking earlier today about how everything is linked up to everything. Basically, the school system and the church system is the same. The political world and the church and the school world is the same regarding this system, and with the political powers, everybody knows everybody in some form or fashion. So can thou by searching find out the Most High? Can thou find out the Almighty into the perfection? It is as high as heaven. What can thou do? Deeper than hell. What can thou know? The measure is longer than the earth, and broader than the sea. And if he cut off, shut up, or gather together, then who can hinder him? For he knoweth vain men. He seeth wickedness also. Will he not then consider it? For vain man would be wise, though man be born like a wild ass's colt. Even Esdras had many questions, and Angel, I think he was talking to Gabriel. He said, "You're gonna even marvel more, man. The more you want to know, the more you're gonna marvel." So these anti-Christians are not on a level, man. They don't even consider the basic and fundamentals of things. They didn't even come in the door desiring sincere milk of the word. They started out prideful as hell. Started off with their self-willed agenda, to build a business off of the church. And that's not what it's supposed to be. Anyway, so yeah, we'll tap more because I want to, we're talking about the movies that have come out and even the older movies like Alice in Wonderland, The Wizard of Oz, The Chocolate Factory, Willy Wonka Land, Disneyland, and Pizzagate, things like that people really didn't know of before. The church never talked about it. But those are the very organizations, even hidden somewhat companies, establishments that are doing wickedness on a major level. And even with these police all over the world, the police system itself is made to protect these kind of people, these wicked elites, these higher ups. They hired servants for Baal. So, Jake is finding out things, but it's like we said, it's not only about exposing Esau, it's about exposing his agenda, the very system that he's established on wickedness, the very nations that pretty much got a hand in with him. And the Most High is making these nations hate the whore. But they still rub shoulders with Edom himself. But America, that's a different thing when it comes to, what's prophesied of it. Of course, it's going to be destroyed. So, but, Edom is still, the elite Edom is still going to be preserved for judgment and slavery. Kings and nobles bound. So, we just breaking this matrix apart, breaking the barrel. It even says casting down every imagination that exalted itself against. Let me get that scripture right quick. Yeah, what these people have imagined in the land. Casting down every imagination, King James Version. Casting down every imagination, King James Version. Come on, man. Casting down every imagination, King James Version. Yeah, 2 Corinthians 10:5. That's what we mean by we're in spiritual war. We're at spiritual war. It says, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of the Most High, and bringing into every captivity, bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Yahweh Shai. So it's no other religions. There's no other worlds that will prosper and of make believe, like that Peter Pan thing, Never Land. Where what's that other one? All those fairy tale stories. This is real life. This is real war. This is real dynamics. This is real, what you call it, psychological warfare. Like, people out there really want to hurt the people of truth. They really want to murder the prophets. They really want to put their hands in the orchestration of the Most High, the blueprint of the Most High. And so Most High, the key is to, we got the key to knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Yahweh Shai got the keys of hell and death. That's why he able to go into the chambers of death and resurrect. Basically, he said, death, where's thy sting? Victory is where thy, where's thy grave? Grave, where's thy victory? Because if Jake wasn't supposed to know, especially in slavery, that the spirit lives on. He been deceived to think this is the end all be all, his flesh. And that's why they use the hell doctrine to scare Jake into believing, like, hey, you're going to be in hell forever, so you better get it. You better listen to what we say. And they use the Bible against Jake. So they be like, well, if you don't do what we say, you're going to be burning in hell forever. And they said, well, you want to know what hell looks like? And they set a slave on fire right in front of, like they always do, in front of the family, his friends, his peers, whatever, and saw the man screaming out of his lungs, out of his mind. And they said, I don't want to experience that. So when you go into the decoding the matrix, like the apostles are doing, apostles, elders, bishops, then you'll find out that there is no hell, but the hell on earth, not that the way they teach it. You got to know what hell is. You got to know what these things mean. So we're glad for that. We're glad that the Most High brought holy men up to decipher and to break down his word. like I said, and I'll do other videos. But yeah, there's a lot that's happening behind the curtains. And the curtains, we're opening up. We're opening the curtains and it's being exposed. Like, what's behind this curtain? Oh, shit. Like the Epstein files. Damn, nobody knew that. You know, and many other things. So it's gonna be some great things revealed, man. And that's gonna change people's mind too. Most High said, knowledge shall increase. And he said that the earth and the people's mind of the earth shall change. And our transition, Most High willing, is going to be immortality. Anyway, hopefully it's that fine to the next video. Shalom.